which without action will be lost to time. As Aboriginals, culture and language are among the things we cherish the most. But the sad truth is, they are going to be all but forgotten by our people, our youth especially. Our generation and the ones before have lost their Aboriginal identity from things such as residential school, Aboriginal day school, and a 60s school. I am to be one of the next torchbearers for our people to bring reconciliation and to once again know our culture and our languages. Culture is a way of life that is shared through values, myths, and beliefs. Many Aboriginals value the 7 sacred teachings: love, humility, honesty, courage, wisdom, truth, and respect. To cherish knowledge is to know wisdom. To know love is to know peace. To honor all the creation is to have respect. Courage is to face the foe with integrity. Honesty also means righteousness. Be honest first with yourself in word and in action. Humility is to know yourself as part of the creation. Truth is to know all of these things. The effects of residential have been far-reaching and have plagued many generations, including my own. I may not have suffered through the horrible atrocities that were committed at these schools or braved the subhuman conditions, but they have had an adverse effect on me as well. Entire generations were damaged as a result of the abuse in these schools, leaving them both mentally and physically scarred. Because of this, many of my people cannot practice their beliefs or speak our languages. I cannot say for sure what the loss of culture and language feels like or to be reunited with it, since I've been cut off from that connection long before birth. In fact, in my own household, dream catchers are banned and no one is to smudge or go to a sweat lodge as they welcome bad spirits. These are the type of ideas beat into the minds of the poor children at residential schools put in place across Canada. During the time of the 60s scoop, many children are taken from their families, some even from hospitals, after they are reported dead to their families and had a close casket funeral. The unfortunate souls who were taken were given to white families, as opposed to their unfit Aboriginal parents. My own father and aunt are survivors of this barbaric practice, being flown out to the PA by plane in 1973. They had been gone for 9 months. For 3 months, my dad had endured abuse, often being beaten when he soiled his diapers. The rest were spent in critical condition at St. Anthony's Hospital in the PA after being mauled by a dog when he was 3 years old. His parents were not notified of this incident, only being told that he was sick. Many survivors were treated unfairly, and they feel that they've lost themselves in every way, that they are no longer Aboriginal. We are alike in that regard, with a language not known to us and traditions lost to time. Present day, though we can practice our faith and speak our languages, though being prosecuted by law, less and less people do so. They are busy drowning in the vices of man, of which we did not know of until a few centuries ago. Our children go hungry, cold, and grow without guidance from our elders and adults. Drugs and the bootlegging of alcohol run amok throughout our communities. Recently, a man was murdered in my community over drugs and money. Many children are drug addicts who steal money for their next fix. A majority of adults are addicted to cocaine and refuse help. It is sad. I've seen these people, and I've experienced the pain of having these type of people for parents. Through sheer effort and belief, they overcame these vices, though. These filthy practices have replaced our culture and faith. There are many ways we can work to restore our way of life. One is to have dedicated classes to it. We have the knowledge of elders and the resources, of which we only have a limited window of time to use to our advantage. If we did these types of things like we do with the pre-classes that are being offered to us currently in our school and other schools across Canada, we'd have our way of life back before we know it. Personally, my belief is that even though we almost lost our culture and language, we must never give in. Reconciliation is still very possible. Difficult, but nevertheless still doable. As we start to rebuild our identities and culture, as well as laying down the stepping stones for future generations to come, we will relearn our languages and eventually come to heal our wounds. Healing comes through reminiscence and learning of the past. For those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. We shall move forward with the wind toward a better and brighter future for the reconciliation of our culture and language. Ego se, ginanask mo ito na, wow, kaginaw.